References are important for learning art, but how do you use them correctly for your artworks? To answer that question, I will try to make a painting of this reference image 3 different times. Each time, my approach will be a bit different and better than the previous one. Okay, so let's start with the first attempt of this painting. So I have this reference that I am using, and normally this is what I do. I put the reference on the side and try to paint it as accurately as I can. And that's exactly what I'm doing here. The first, I look at the reference and try to draw a sketch. And normally my sketch is the exact replication of the reference except for the face. I like to stylize the face, exaggerate certain features, and simplify the others. And once I'm done with the sketch, I start putting in the colors. And in this attempt, I try to replicate the values and colors as closely as possible. I have only one reference, and that reference makes all the decisions for me. My process for this painting is simple. I look at the reference, choose the colors as accurately as possible, and apply them to my painting. The problem with this method is that you have allowed yourself to become a slave to your reference. You are not really creating an artwork. You are simply copying what you see. And accurate copies can be pretty good for studying, but you can't really say that you are creating art. There is almost nothing that you are adding of your own. And if you look at the painting that I am making here, you can see how dull it looks. I could have added more saturation or color variation, or I could have created better shapes. And in my mind, there was definitely a picture I was imagining that looked much better than this, but out of habit, I just started copying the reference and ended up with this dull looking painting with bad shapes. And I didn't even finish it because I didn't like it. So I decided that I wanted to make this painting once again. I still have only one reference picture, but this time my approach was gonna be a bit different. Instead of relying solely on that one reference picture, I decided that I should rely a bit more on my own imagination, which means that I won't be looking at my reference as much as I was before. This time, I look at my reference only to check the anatomy and form. The colors I will decide on my own. So I decided that I wanted to go for warmer shadows and cool light, which I have seen on other professional paintings, so I knew what to do. Now, there are very good reasons why you should use your imagination more often when making your artworks. Of course, leaving reference wrap is one reason, so that your artwork aren't simply replications. But the most important reason is that it allows you to create something of your own. Most of the original artworks and art styles that you see online are a result of artists doing experiments with their art. For an artist, trial and error is the most important practice. You think about something, you try it, and you fail at it. When I first came across an artist like Ray 17, my first thought was how do they get all these different colors in their artworks and make it look so good? Because these colors do not come from a reference. Real life does not have such colors. And the conclusion that I reached is trial and error. I am sure that there was a time when they were not very good at it, but they kept trying and failing until it finally worked. But of course, this is easier said than done. If you look at my painting, I would say I was able to do what I wanted. My shapes are better, and my colors are also better this time. I definitely wanted a bit more color variation, but I am definitely not disappointed with this result. But I still thought I could do better than this. So I decided to make this painting for a third time. And again, I'm going to change my process just a bit. This time, instead of using only one reference picture, I will use multiple. There will be my one main reference, and others will be artworks from some of my favorite professional artists. I will be using these other references for better colors, better shape design, and better stylization. Because from the previous painting, I realized that my imagination is not that great, so these other references are going to help me boost my imagination. The goal of this painting is gonna be the same as the previous one. First, I will focus on creating good shapes. Second, I will focus on values. And third, I will focus on colors. Now for lighting, I wanted to keep it same as the previous one, warm shadows and cool light, but this time I thought I should go a bit more intense. I wanted to make it look like spotlighting, similar to what Yu Ming Lee does. I also thought that maybe I should add a bit more textures to my painting. These kind of experiments are very important if you wish to become a better artist and make your own unique identity. Sometimes you need to push your boundaries to see what works and what doesn't. Try to push your colors, push your values, and push your shapes. If you don't know how to do it, then just look at how others are doing it. Broaden your mental library and build your imagination. Remember that references are always there to help you, but try not to become a slave to them. And here are my 3 different attempts at the same painting. I would say that the third one is definitely the best one, but what do you think? Which one do you think you like the most? Let me know in the comments, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.